What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Warkid here, coming to you with another League of Legends commentary. Now, in this gameplay, I will be playing as Ezreal, in the bot lane as the AD carry, along here with my good friend RecentPlayers, who is playing as Blitzcrank. Now, in this video, you will see him carry me in lane with his God Hand. However, we do get poked hard. We get poked hard here with that Kate Lux combo. It is very annoying with the amount of range and poke that they have, as you'll see here. And they are very smart. They're very smart at pushing the lane. Now, the reason that they're probably pushing this is because they may or may not know that Ezreal, it's very hard to farm under the turret as Ezreal. So pushing the lane against it is very smart because he will lose a lot of farm. The one thing that you'll notice in this, especially in lane phases, that I have a hard time doing is positioning myself where I can actually poke at the enemy and farm as well. See, look at that God hit right there. Good job by Blitz to hit that grab and force the flash. And I think she flash barriered. I'm not too sure. I didn't really see if she barriered. So as you also see in this gameplay, I am representing the TPA Ezreal skin that was just released, I would say, about I think it was like 2 months ago, or maybe even a month ago. I really love this skin because you can just, as you see from the auto attacks come from that big #1 fan finger. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, this Lux is just really annoying with her E poke and her Q poke. So we have to play very safe and pretty much rely on Blitz hitting his grabs for us to make plays. But yeah, like I said, the one thing I have a hard time doing, aside from the poking, is farming as Ezreal. I just have a hard time. I don't know what it is. Until I get some serious damage, I don't farm that well. He has very good wave clear with his ult, but that comes later on in the game, obviously, once you hit level 6. So good Ezreal, like really good Ezreals. I'm not that great of an Ezreal, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm no pro. Even though I go huge this game, my lane phase is very sloppy, which is something I need to work on. But
an ally has been slain.
An ally has been slain.
No, you're in.
Oh, but yeah, good Ezreal probably would have been more aggressive this lane. Probably been able to poke them down and do more damage. I'm more of a when I play AD carry, I'm more of a late game player. Whenever I or mid game, sorry, just my lane phase is just so weak. It's just something that I need to work on. So in lane phase, I do like to max my Q, and then my E, and then W last. W is really not that important until you get your Lizard, Spirit of the Elder Lizard. The reason for that being the Spirit of the Elder Lizard does proc. Oh my God, the God Hand. He flash grabs, getting me a kill. Great job on RecentPlayers there, hitting that amazing flash grab. The mad life of NA. But
time to waste.
so as I was saying before, the reason that you want to get Spirit of the Elder Lizard first is because your W does proc on it, as you'll see here in a little bit. What I mean by that is, usually your W only works on allies, and it doesn't do damage to the minions or anything like that. But with the W, I mean with the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, it does do damage, which is awesome. And in this gameplay, I do go the blue build easy, as you'll see here soon. Right now, I'm just farming as much as I possibly can, pushing this lane. Because if we do go back right now, Lux will keep pushing, doing damage on their turret, and Kate will come in as well. Once she comes, by the time like we do anything, Kate will be back and we'll be able to force our turret down. So we're just staying in lane, basically waiting for an opportunity. Blitz here, obviously, just looking for this potential grab. Alright, so as you see, Kate is now back. And he hits a grab on her. Beautifully played. I don't know why that Kate did that. That Kate just got herself killed. I think she panicked and she eat into the turret instead of eating away. So once again, amazing job by Blitzcrank. And the funny thing is, we were in Skype together when this happened, and he was telling me that he accidentally pulled her. He actually was going for the Lux. But good job, amazing job nonetheless by him hitting that pull. See that he's coming in for the gank. He does miss his Q. Lux does a great job hitting a double bind, so that's just a perfect disengage by her, and we aren't able to follow through on it.
It's all skill.
Alright, so right now just pushing this wave. The reason that I am staying, most of you are probably like, why aren't you going back, dude? You're probably gonna die if this Lux hits anything on you. The reason that I stay is because I noticed that her mana is really low and I still have barrier, so I'm really just going for a barrier bait at this point. Alright, so right now we can go back. See that Jarvan comes in. I didn't do a good job. I could have avoided that. I am forced to pop my barrier. I was hoping that Lux would come a little closer to the turret. A little closer to the turret. If she did, she would have got annihilated by the turret and my Q. So good job by her not following through on that. So we do go back and let's see what first item I pick up. Usually what I'll do is I'll go for tier because I do like to have that extra mana, but since we are ahead, actually tier, I usually go tier when I'm behind or even in lane. But when I'm ahead of lane, I like to rush the Spirit of the Lizard because of that extra damage and cooldown reduction. So now that we are going back into lane, this Kate here is pushing this lane. Smart by her because we are probably going to lose some farm here. Let's see if we do.
Who needs a map?
Alright, so I see that she's going back, so I can just freeze the lane here and farm freely and put myself even further ahead of the lane. So this is the perfect position where you should be freezing the lane, especially when you're ahead. You saw that she went back, so right now, basically what I'm doing is I'm just waiting for the last tick on the minions, and then I'm going to hit them. This way, more waves and waves come from the enemy team side so that I get more farm, and the other AD carry gets less farm.
Got it.
So the way that the best way to do it is you just hold S on your keyboard unless you have it set to something else, and you just let go of it once the last tick on the enemy minion comes in. So I know that Lux is by herself now because we saw Kate go back. So I'm just being really aggressive. Unfortunately, Blitz was in a position, almost hits that grab. That was so close. It basically just touched her butt right there.
This way. All
right, so maxing Q out, as you can see. Right now, put all your points into Q in the beginning, especially in lane phase. It's so important. All right, so I go in for the. I put the ult, hit the ult, go for the E. Blitz hits an amazing grab right there, getting us a kill, and I just missed my Q, unfortunately. If I would have hit that Q, that could have been potentially a double kill right there.
Let's go.
Because of that extra burning effect on there. So I saw Lee Sin was coming in. So we're just going to zone Kate out of farm and experience. So I don't want to take the turret right now, so I'm just hitting the minions. I want to snowball as much as possible. Now, when you're winning a lane like this, there are a lot of things you can do here. Well, mainly two things. You could either snowball the lane by just free farming and letting the minions push the turret and just keep farming and farming until they get back to lane, and basically just delay and keep killing the enemy team and get yourself as fed as possible before they're not worth any gold. Or what you can do is take down the turret like we are right now and get your team global gold and potentially either push the lane continuously so that they can't come back. Because once you take a turret down, you're basically letting the opponent free farm because the waves and waves and waves are just going to keep pushing that lane so they can come back. So what you should do is either push the lane as hard as possible and just not let them come back, and draw attention from the other lanes to your lane so that your allies can free farm. Or just roam into other lanes and push other objectives. So right here the Lux does get caught out, and we're in no position to help right now. If we would have went in on that Jarvan, it would have been a 3v2, so we had no way of helping her there. And as you can see in the chat, she's freaking out, saying that it's our fault and that we should have followed up on it. But in reality, she got caught, and you know, she's just having a bad game. She's not playing good, so she's freaking out, blaming her teammates. Now, it probably wasn't my best. Probably wasn't the best decision to say, you know, if she's playing bad, because that's really just calling out your teammate, and that's something I don't like to promote. I don't like to promote bad sportsmanship, and it's kind of what I did there. However, I try to say it as nice as possible.
Know your environment.
Trying to explain the situation to her, and now she's just, you know, like being rude and non-stop talking crap to us. So let's get away from that because I like to stay away from the negativity. So right now, as you see, we are winning our lane. I just picked up my tier, and I'm building into the Manamune. Manamune is really, really big, especially for Ezreal
This way.
in the blue build. So right now, I just go into this bush. I see that Kate's by herself, so I go in on this. Didn't want to waste my ult right there. I'm afraid that if I would have wasted it for no reason. So I know that this kill is pretty much guaranteed. Good job by Blitz exhausting her. And then we just pick off the free kill on a rampage now. So just gonna free farm.
No time to waste.
Right now I should be ulting out this wave and pushing it as fast as possible, so that Kate would lose more farm. But not too sure what's going on. I think I start to go and help out other lanes. Not too sure. Let's see. Alright, so right now, we are just pushing mid. We do see that Teemo just picks up that kill on Lux. Good job by Teemo. Nonetheless, and I want that red buff. Unfortunately, he does have mushrooms in there, so they do have vision on us now.
Over here!
We're not going to be able to pick off this kill. Blitz just missing that hook. A little too early, but good job. Good try nonetheless. Right, so it's basically just clearing out this lane for Lux here. I don't want to put that farm to waste. Good ult by Blitzcrank. I could have followed up on that potentially, but I did see that Kate in that bush, so I was like, oh, hell no. Right there, I just ulted because I thought Teemo was going back at the turret. That's the only reason I ulted right there. Unfortunately, he was heading towards raid, so we completely missed. But I did hit minions, so I mean, worth, I guess. It's always worth. As long as you say worth, it's worth. Alright, so right now just pushing out mid.
Know your environment.
In all honesty, I probably should have been mid. Amazing pull by Blitz right there. As you can see, Blitz is just carrying this game right now with his godlike pulls, keeping that god hand strong. Now, they say that supports can't carry games, but this is a perfect example of what I'm saying. This Blitz is honestly carrying. He's getting me fed, he's getting me kills, which is going to make us win in the long run. So, don't ever think that supports can't carry games. This is a perfect example of how they can. Now, in my opinion, I'm sure every support can carry in their own way. But in my opinion, the main supports that carry games, or can carry games, are Blitz, Thresh, and Leona. Now the reason I say that is because they are what I like to call playmakers. They have a great amount of CC, and they just, like I said, they just make plays. They can pull someone out of position, they can pull someone just in general, and create kill potential. Any support that can have create such kill potential can carry games and get people fed, which is the biggest thing in my opinion. So right now, I'm just going to keep going mid because Lux is just honestly getting dominated by this Teemo. So we don't want her to keep feeding, so we're just going to, you know, push down these objectives and just keep pressure on the Teemo so we can't get even more fed. Shutting him down is really important. Yeah, see now he's got that that item on his mushrooms, so it's just AP Teemo is just so annoying to deal with. Those mushrooms hit so hard. Just out of range of out of that Q, so right now I'm just going to put damage into his turret. Try to get this mid turret down. Time to get our hands dirty. So let me know what you guys think of this easy skin. Let me know if you have it. I personally love it. TPA Assassin, who were the last season 2. Was it season 2 or season 3? I believe it was season 3 winners or season 2 world champions. All right, let's see if we get this. Oh, so I see how much damage I do to this Kate, so I get anxious for this kill. I just flash in, and my Spirit of the Elder Lizard is able to pick up the Kate. Basically, like having Ignite on an item. So I E in, and I am able to pick off that kill. Great job by my team. So right now I'm just baiting myself. Lux almost kills me with that snare. If she would have got an auto attack off right there, I would have been dead for sure. So right here I'm trying to go back. But I see that Lux is going in on this. I see Lux following up. I'm just like, oh, come on, I want to kill. At this point, I'm just getting greedy. I really should just go back right now, but I'm just full of greed right now.
An ally has been slain.
Like, look how greedy I get.
An ally has been slain.
Oh no, 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 get away from me! Get away from me! And I do die. Unfortunately, I did die there. I got too greedy. I could have went back safe and sound without dying, but, you know, I was just like, I want kills, I want kills. So, as you can see, I'm building into Blade of the Rune King. The blue build does consist of Last Whisper, Blade of the Rune King. Sometimes you can even get Bloodthirster, even though it's not a blue item. You can still get Bloodthirster instead of Blade. But it's Blade of the Rune King, Spirit of the Elder Lizard, Manamune. Wait. Okay, I lost track. Redo. Okay. Blade of the Rune King, Spirit of the Elder Lizard, Last Whisper, Manamune. Okay. Frozen Gauntlet and that Frozen Gauntlet. Or Frozen Fist. Whatever it's called. And then the last item that I actually like to get sometimes
This way
is Frozen Mallet, which is pretty OP. It makes, because a lot of people like to get defensive items. In this gameplay, I actually don't get a defensive item. I don't think.
it's all
Well, actually, the Gauntlet is considered a defensive item actually, since you can kite and it's pretty much a slow. But you can also get a Frozen Mallet because it makes you really tanky because it gives you that health, that'll extra health, and it gives you an OP slow on your auto attacks. That's actually my preferred item. I don't really like to go Guardian's Angel or War Mage or any of that. Frozen Mallet is my go-to item. And the reason I don't like to get Guardian's Angel is because think of it this way. If you ever notice, whenever you get a Guardian's Angel, yeah, you get a second chance at life, but it's usually procced by dying. And if you lose a team fight, and you're the only one alive, and you die, you just get back up and you just die again because they're just camping your body. So I really don't find Guardian Angel that useful.
Got it.
Because I find whenever I die, it's just the enemy team just camps my dead body and just die again anyway. So I'm never in a position to stay alive twice and like do damage. So Frozen Mallet is my go-to.
Over here.
Alright, so just poking right now from over here. I don't want to get caught. Easy is the perfect pick into a Jarvan because if he ults us, I can just E out of it. So as you see here, Lee Sin does get caught. Blitz does a good job blocking that Kate ult to keep Lux alive. Right now I'm just trying to kite. Easy is all about positioning and kiting, which is why he's such a top tier AD carry in my opinion. He's so mobile, especially with all the blue build. Whoever created the blue build, you are a god in my opinion, because it makes him even more viable, gives him that extra damage that he was lacking as a late game AD carry.
No time to waste.
I've been watching some high elo streams and they were saying that blue build is actually like a Vayne or like a, I don't know. Supposedly he could take a Vayne on 1v1 late game, a blue build easy, and that's very debatable though because in my opinion, Easy's probably the most skilled AD carry because you'll have to hit all your skill shots. He's very skill shot dependent. And I feel like if you take a Vayne one-on-one, she could just auto-attack you and roll and dodge. But I mean, I don't know. That's what the pros are saying. The pros are saying Easy blue build can take on a Vayne, so. Gotta go by them. They know more than I do. I don't want to give you any false information. Alright, so right now I'm just building into my Blade of the Rune King. Finally got my Berserker Greaves. What I should be doing right now is to fully stack my Manamune. I should just be spamming my abilities, even when I'm not in fights.
Let's go.
I don't know why I'm not doing that right now, actually, but whatever. Guess that comes with practice and knowing. This is why I like to do commentaries. I like to watch myself from the outside looking in, because when I'm in the gameplay, my mind works differently than when I'm watching it. which is actually why I don't do live commentaries, because I can't focus. I'm very bad at multitasking. But yeah, I like to watch myself from the outside in, because I can actually, by doing these commentaries, I find out my flaws and I'm able to improve on them. So you guys can actually learn from my mistakes and build off of my pluses as well.
Got it.
So it's a two-way thing here. We can both learn from me, I guess you could say. Alright, so not too sure why that Jarvan ulted the opponent Jarvan. He should clearly know that he can just get out of that by flying to his little flag. So yeah, make sure when you ult, if you're gonna ult someone as Jarvan, make sure it's someone who doesn't have an escape like that.
This way.
Alright, so right now we're just roaming. We wanted to clear that Jarvan away so that we can save that turret, but the enemy team was smart and started to push mid once they saw that we were bottom. So good bind and good Q by Lee Sin. Right now, I see that these two people are weak. I thought they were gonna start, like, I hate that. It looked like they were gonna keep walking. Looked like they were gonna keep walking in that direction, so I ulted there, and they just like randomly for no reason, we're just like, I don't feel like walking there anymore. I'm just gonna make Easy look like an idiot and completely dodge his ultimate. And so they did, and I find that happens to me a lot whenever I use a skill shot. Especially like with Ashe arrows or Easy's ultimate. The opponent's always just like, alright, I'm just gonna randomly move for no reason. Just to make you look like an idiot.
No time to waste.
Alright, so I almost get that Lux right there. I get a little too greedy though. Alright, so annoying Yorick and his ghost chasing me down. So right now I just see that my team is mid, so I'm just taking their blue right here. Blue is amazing on Easy, even though I have blue build.
Agreed.
So I see that the allied team is going back right now, and that the enemy team isn't really pushing too hard, so I have the ability to farm here.
Over here.
If the enemy team was really smart, they would see that I'm bottom and that no one is in the mid lane, that they could push freely. Because right now I'm the only one that does damage. Lux does actually some damage, but not as much as I do. So whenever they see an opportunity to push mid, they should, especially if I'm bottom. Alright, so right now I'm just protecting my turret at all costs. I do have blue buff, so I am able to spam my abilities here. Which I should be doing to stack my mana in here. So I see that Lux and Blitz are coming, so I'm just trying to poke them, get them weak for a potential engage. The God Hand comes in with that flash grab. Unbelievable. I don't even care that he took that kill, man. He deserved it. That was all him. So I do use my W on my teams to give them that extra speed. I E in, hit my Q, and able to grab the kill. Unfortunately, we're not. Oh, just misses that grab. Good job by Jarvan using his ability to get away. Unfortunately, you're not able to catch up to a Jarvan, even as a blue build Easy, because of that OP escape he has. His that ability is actually further range than his E, or than Easy's E, so I'm unable to catch up here. So we see the opportunity to grab Dragon, since we just made the jungler back away. So they have no smite now, and we are going to be able to take this Dragon out. Good job by Jarvan and Lee Sin zoning out the enemy team so that we can get this objective. So, I say this in all my commentaries, and I'll say it again just so that anyone new watching can understand. We did get Dragon. Make sure to have timestamps on your chat so you're able to keep tabs on objectives. So for instance, we just got Dragon at 26:15, and Dragon spawns every 6 minutes, so that means at 32:15, the next Dragon is going to come up. The way timers work is your buffs and the enemy's buffs, like blue and red, in the jungle are 5 minutes, Dragon is 6 minutes, and Baron is 7 minutes, I believe. So it's a 5, 6, 7. It's pretty easy to remember. So right now, just pushing the mid lane out here. Right now I'm in really good position. I'm 10-1 with 1 assist and 153 farm. My farm could be a lot better Easy. you'll notice here that I conserve my ult a lot. I don't ever use my ult unless it's in a team fight or for an opposing kill, and that's a bad thing. The reason that that's not a good thing is because, for instance, look at top lane right now. I could clear that wave out right now with my ult, and
know your environment.
the cooldown on my ult is very low, especially with the build that I'm going. And if I spam, when you spam your abilities, like if you spam QWE or whatever, it reduces reduces the cooldown on your ult. So with easy, you want to basically use your ult as much as you can, and I don't do that. I'm a very safe player, I guess you could say. I like to save it for team fights and opponents, where I could be, you know, ulting across the map for an extra 10 farm or something like that. And the best easy players in the world actually do that, and I don't, because I'm not as good as them,
An
and I'm
ally
stupid.
has been slain.
So I need to start doing that more often.
Over here.
So for some reason my team engaged here without me. You'd never want to do that. I even pinged and showed them that I was going top. That's just a form of miscommunication there and map awareness by the Jarvan to initiate one, and their AD carry isn't there.
Who needs a nap?
Alright, so right now I'm just life stealing. So right now I'm just telling the Jarvan that I was top and to not initiate without me. Make sure you communicate that with your team, because it's just sometimes it's gonna be really a lot of miscommunication that could lead to plays like that, especially in solo queue. Solo queue is the league of throws, and that's just one of the reasons why. Alright, so I use my Blade of the Rune King, my Jarvan, since he has the most health, and I would get the most out of it. Right there, that was a really bad flash on my part. I thought I could flash Q and kill that Teemo who flashed away. Right there, I tried to Q through the wall, maybe potentially kill Teemo.
Turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so right now it looks like we see Kate's out of position, but unfortunately, Teemo probably has an army of mushrooms along that path, so I tell Blitz that we shouldn't really follow that, because we would just die to that stuff. So I just lifesteal, get my health back. Good job by Jarvan to follow that kill up. I get the assist for it, which is always good. I'll take an assist any day. Alright, so I go in for the kill on that Lux. I get greedy. It was a bad play, and it really wasn't worth it, even though I got that kill, because it will lead to my team potentially dying here. Yeah, that led to Lux's death. So yeah, that wasn't really worth it. That was my fault. I find myself getting a little too aggressive as easy, because I know he's so mobile that I feel like I can get in and out at any time I please, and that is not the case, as you can see there. So I'm 11-2 at 100 ADCS. I am still in a good position here, and my team is winning in objectives. Even though it's tied 20-20, we do have more turrets, which puts us ahead in gold. Remember, guys, objectives are more important than kills to a certain extent.
Who needs a nap?
I mean, you could be getting outkilled by 10 kills and have more objectives and still have more gold because you have more objectives and global gold. So remember, guys, getting dragon and turrets are more important.
Agreed.
Just because you lose lane doesn't mean it's the end of the game. So whenever you say win lane, lose game, remember that it is a team game and that global gold comes into play and objectives are more important. Alright, so we are able to catch off right there, hit that ult on Kate, and I do see Jarvan. Watch this player here. I see Jarvan threw his flag down, so I just pre-queued his flag because I knew he was going to leap over the wall there. So I thought that was a pretty cool play right there. Alright, so my team looks like they want to go for Baron, but I do realize that they have Teemo and Yorick's still up, so it wouldn't be a smart idea because he could probably just mushroom over the wall and get vision on it. So instead I say, screw that, guys, let's just push out this lane. God, those Teemo mushrooms are so annoying, man. So I see that Lux is by herself. I pop my Blade of the Rune King to get that extra slow on her, and we are able to take her out. That's why I love Blade of the Rune King so much. It's so good for slowing the enemy down, especially with easy. him being such a fast mobile champion, slowing down the enemy is just GG for them. They're gonna die if you hit it on them. They'll never be able to run away. So another thing that I feel I need to work on is my skill shots. As you can see, my Q and W's are on par right now, but that comes with time. I don't play easy that much. Ezreal isn't one of my go-to AD carries, but he is now, because I know he's such a good champion with his blue build. So you'll see a lot more videos of Ezreal on the channel. Maybe even an AP mid Ezreal would be pretty cool. Love to see how much damage his ult does on AP ratios. Alright, so I see my team's going in. I pop my Blade of the Rude King on this poor Lux again. I'm tanking it right now. Tanking that turret. So right now we're just taking out this turret. I see that Timo comes back. So I get antsy for this. I'm pretty sure I go in on this. Alright, so we do clear the turret, so this is the perfect opportunity to go in on it. I do have barrier up, I realize, so almost hits the flash grab, the God Hand Blitz. So I just go in on this because I know I have barrier, and Lux just shielded me as well. 87 health, I survive. Thank you. Thanks to Lux's shield. So right now we see that they're spawning up. We are low on health, so I say, let's get the heck out of here. Don't want to get too greedy again. So we are out. 17 kills, 2 deaths, 4 assists, and 198 CS. Not bad. My CS, could, like I said, could be a lot higher. Looks like Lux and Blitz are going for that dragon that just spawned. Alright, so Iceborne Gauntless. I now have full build here. That's pretty much GG at this point. As you'll see, sometimes the easy blue build is very situational. You want to get certain items at a certain time.
No time to waste.
The Gauntlet is really good, obviously, no matter what. However, you may want to rush Gauntlet a little earlier for certain team comps. Let's say, for instance, the enemy team has a Nasus, or someone that could slow you down, or anything like that, or can chase you. You want to get Gauntlets earlier so that you're able to kite easier. So remember, guys, all items are situational based. So get items in a certain order based on enemy team comps. And also remember, like I said, guys, Blade of the Rude King is optional. You can get Bloodthirster instead if that's just what you prefer. I prefer Blade of the Rude King over Bloodthirster on easy. But like I said, that's just preference. So we do get Baron. Baron does come up every 7 minutes, I believe. So just keep that in mind. I don't think we really need to worry about that. It's pretty much GG at this point. Their Caitlyn is really out of the game. They have no AD carry. So get the red buff on top of my Baron buff. That's going to be a whole world of pain for the enemy team once I get into the battle here.
Over here.
Good job, team, Lux says. There you go. There's the positive reinforcement we need. Remember, guys, always keep a positive attitude to your team. Even though you saw in the beginning, me and the Lux had a little head-to-head battle there, but I was just trying to keep her calm down because she was freaking out. So remember to keep a positive attitude to your team, especially in ranked if you want to win, because the second you start to trash talking your team, things just start going downhill from there. They start playing worse, you start playing worse, and everyone gets out of focus. So make sure you keep your head in the game. Alright, so I thought he was pinging me for blue, but Lux got it, so it's alright. Either way, it's fun. I think I already have max CDR right now. I'm not too sure. So Blitz just misses that pull on the word. But it's actually a good thing they didn't hit that pull because our team is out of position and no one would have been able to follow up on that. Alright, so right now we're just clearing the jungle.
No time
at this point, the game and map is pretty much in our control. They really can't do anything. Alright, so right now I see that he's going. I don't know why he's going so hard for that Jarvis. Puts him out of place. I pop my Blade of the Rude King active to slow him down and pretty much just take him out ASAP. And that pretty much cost them the game right there. I think we actually ended here. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. Right now, I just press my W on my team to give them that extra speed. That was a very good ult by Jarvan, hitting the Lux, who has no escape. Right now, I flash over here and EQ to try to kill the Caitlyn, and it almost cost me my life. I got way too greedy. Pop my barrier to take the damage from that Kate ult. So this is why I love Ezreal so much. If it was any other 80 carry right there, I would have died because they're not as mobile and don't have built-in flashes to their kit. So you gotta love easy. So I almost died to Teemo's mushroom here, but I am able to lifesteal the raids, get my life back, and get myself back into the fight here in a second. I think I steal their red actually. Yep. So I take the red, lifesteal myself back to full HP. And I think we just ended.
No time to waste.
Let's see.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, so this is pretty much GG. As you can see, all the minions that we have in their base. I am able to hit that Lux. Let's see if I finish off the kill here. Good ult by Lux, and I am able to clean up the kill. I use my Blade of the Rune King active. And that is pretty much GG. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please remember to subscribe and follow the links in the description below. Please let me know what I can do to improve my commentaries and my gameplay as well. I listen to all your tips and I read all your comments. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.